Neil Magnuson here. Wonderful to be with you, Neil. Our members and supporters are very grateful for the work you do and excited to continue to support this program. We had the opportunity to get together during the holidays and really rally some support for some causes that mattered in our community. And one of them at the top of the list here was the Cannabis Substitution Project. So Neil, I'm hoping you can share a little insight with some of our members, our new members that may not be aware of what the program's about and how long it's been around for.
For coming up to 4 years in another week or two, early February. It was when the epidemic of overdose deaths was really becoming prevalent. And because I had experience 16 years ago with a dispensary that I operated right close to Main and Hastings, we learned that high-dose cannabis edibles could get people through withdrawal and then replace the use of opioids and street drugs. So with them taking away edibles and me understanding the value of edibles to help people get off of those opioids that were killing people, I went first to the local group that advocates on behalf of drug users. I got their unanimous support to go to City Hall and ask for their support, which I didn't get. But I went through that exercise. In any case, I also presented to the Vancouver Police Board about what my plan was, which was to give away cannabis edibles, to make it as easy as possible for people to transition off by giving it to them for free. So after a couple more months of lobbying the civic government, I had also been collecting donations from my other friends that had dispensaries, and I was able to go back to Vandu and set up a table and start handing them out. I got into a rhythm of doing that on Saturdays at noon. I would show up with the donations I had gotten during the week. And after 3 times in a row, that 4th time on a Saturday, unannounced, I never told anybody I was coming back on a particular day at a particular time, but I just had been doing that. And that 4th time, there was quite a lineup of people waiting for me, and a handful of people wanted to volunteer. And so that became the Cannabis Substitution Project. Partway through that project, 2.5 years in, it only took 2.5 years before, thanks to studies done by Dr. M.J. Malloy out of UBC, showing the efficacy and the safety of what we were doing, the City of Vancouver passed a motion saying that they would support low barrier access to cannabis. And so we met with the city. We had an understanding that we arrived at that we would find a storefront, we would open up and start providing low barrier access, which meant not just free, but low cost cannabis as well. We were here for 4.5 months. We immediately put forward an application to the federal government to license us and to license our suppliers. We'd been using the same suppliers for all the years of the project. We had had 0 problems after giving away over 100 pounds of cannabis flower, after giving out well over 10 million milligrams of cannabis in the form of high-dose edibles. And so that we thought that our trusted suppliers, and we also have all the state-of-the-art testing equipment. We want to get ourselves and our suppliers licensed. We've applied with a very comprehensive application to the federal government for that. We had marked it under an emergency basis because we knew that without their support, the City of Vancouver was not going to license us, and our landlord had already faced threats from the licensing department. And the eviction came and went, and we lost and got kicked out in 7 days, and still nothing from Ottawa, even though we kept them apprised of the situation as we went along. We immediately procured an RV because our program allows for 250 members to get 420 milligrams of high-dose edibles every 4 days for free. And so, as I mentioned, many of these people are not able to be contacted. They don't have phones and what have you. So we need to be where they can find us. For all that time, we were at Vandu, and that's where we were on specific days. We had the store here, and then from there, we felt we had to be here the same hours that the store was open. And so out of our RV, we offered our project, and we offered low barrier access, which we had been doing from the store. So that's kind of a history of the program.
Tell us a little bit about maybe just one individual recently, just to kind of contextualize it, humanize it a bit. I mean, obviously, serving these people down in this community is so vital right now with a real gap in government services and support and public recognition. So, share some insight around that. Maybe pick an individual recently that kind of embodies really what the mission accomplishes here at Cannabis Substitution Project.
Yeah, okay. Maybe a couple of the people that are now helping me to deliver cannabis that came to us, as just people in the lineup. Jen Nelson in particular has been struggling financially and with many injuries that she had over the years that caused her great pain and disability. And so she came and joined our lineup, and then she became one of the volunteers, and she got herself in charge of packaging, and now she's our manager of what we're doing here. And
that's an incredible journey to be able to see somebody grow through and be a part of.
But there's so many of them, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many of them, so many faces and names, pop into my head when I think that.
Well, let's talk about how someone new can get involved with the Cannabis Substitution Project. I mean, in terms of time, treasure, and talent, what can people share here with you?
Well, there's lots of opportunity for people to help us, for sure. I mean, everything we do is based on donations, so we rely all on that. And that comes in the forms of cannabis edibles, cannabis flower, cash donations. We're not in our store anymore. I had to lay off half of the people that were helping us here. We had to cut the hours of the rest to make it all work because it's a small RV. There's not a lot of opportunity for people to volunteer on the ground here with us yet, but that's certainly going to change. Once we get our permission from Ottawa, we're still waiting. The update on that is that it's now been over 4 months since we filed that application with them. Just before Christmas, they arranged for a conference call with my lawyer and myself, and it was a really positive call. Very supportive. They were apologetic for having taken so long. They explained that it's very complicated to do what needs to be done because it certainly does not fit with the other regulations that the retailers are subject to.
Yeah.
What we're doing here is absolutely medical. There's no other way to describe the people that are needing this to get off of hard drugs, and far more than that. We have so many people that are here because they have cancer or they have other debilitating illnesses or they can't sleep properly, and they're using cannabis for all of its benefits for those things as well. So what we're doing is definitely a medical intervention here, and the government doesn't want to be involved in medical cannabis. They, by their own definition, have been very clear about it being non-medical, even though I guess they just don't understand that recreation is a subset of medicine. It's preventative medicine, and it's what we do to recreate after exhausting ourselves. And so that's far from being non-medical as well. But I guess for their own interests, they don't want to deal with the medical cannabis, and that's what we are. But they need to be involved in this. They need to at least allow what we're doing. If they can't help us, they need to get out of the way.
So you're saying that people could maybe write their local MP
Absolutely.
Would be a good place to start. Do you guys have some coordinated messages online that people can access? Where can we find you online? I know you have a Facebook group.
Yeah, we have a Facebook group, the Cannabis Substitution Program.
Is there an opportunity for us to go out and take a look at the...
Absolutely, there is.
Let's head outside and go take a look.
All right.
Wonderful.
Okay. This is our hippy dippy doobie van, the RV reefer van.
So we're down here on Main and Cordova, right?
This is actually, the lane looks pretty good today. Here you can see there's a whole bunch of people that camp out.
Yeah.
And that's Main and Hastings just right over there. We are 1 block away from Main and Hastings here. Right where we need to be. We can't be right over there.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, so I just wanted to see a little bit about the experience in terms of how people
You got your
access
edibles?
here and
You
kind of,
wanna say something on
what motivated you to be a part of this?
Well, it started to help with the opiate crisis. But a lot of people come that it helps them with pain, it helps them with sleep, it helps with all kinds of things. Like somebody had a stroke recently, and the cookies are helping her.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I got to meet Cookie Monster in there earlier.
He's awesome. Yeah, his cookies help a lot of people.
Yeah, he was sharing a story with me. Some serious addiction and substance abuse problems, and people getting right off it by using the power of cannabis. So, that's
well,
wonderful.
it's really cool too how people hear about us.
Yeah.
I've asked some people, I'm like, how did you even hear about us? Like, oh, some dude on Hastings told me, or somebody that just got out of jail told me. I'm like, that's awesome that many people know about us. I'm like, that's great. worries.
Well, we really appreciate the work. I understand Neil was sharing you guys put together kind of care kits for people.
Well, that's what we used to do.
Oh, okay,
when we were at
forgive me.
Bandu.
Yeah.
We would make up little packages and then hand them out. But now for that program, you can choose what you want.
Oh, nice.
There's normally like some gummies, cookies, Rice Krispie squares, different things that all have
Wonderful.
THC in them.
And that's entirely free or reduced in price, or does anybody
No,
pay
those ones
anything?
are free.
Totally free. Wow.
And then we do sell stuff as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Wonderful. Well, we're grateful to all of you at the co-op. We really appreciate the work you do for the community and for
Thank
this
you.
opioid crisis in our community. And thank you very much. We're very grateful.
So
Neil?
this is Elizabeth Ireland. She's
Hello,
been
Elizabeth.
one of our members for a very long time.
Hello. Happy
And,
Friday.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you got your bag of edibles there?
Bag of edibles today.
What did
yes.
you choose today?
I like what do you call them? The gummy edibles.
Yeah.
The gummies, yeah.
That's
And
wonderful.
I gotta have the cookie. And,
Let's see.
Oh, that's really nice.
yeah.
What a beautiful little care package.
Yes,
Can I pull these out of here?
I love this program. I love it. They're here for the people.
Oh, right on.
They're here for us,
Yeah.
and it really helps.
Well,
Really
we
helps.
believe in it too, and you know,
Yes.
there's a lot of craft producers out there that want to see people get this medicine and have access in the community and at a reduced cost, especially for those that need it. And that's a wonderful little care pack on
It
a
is.
Friday.
I love it.
You're gonna have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too. I love this because I'd rather use these than pills and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. This is like natural.
Agreed.
You know, like it's
Benign
really-
and beneficial.
How long have you been coming to the program?
Oh, I've been like forever.
Wow.
Forever, yeah. I think probably all 3.5 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, we're extremely grateful. Extremely grateful for the work that
And it's
Neil and his
helped
team
you,
does.
like you think it makes your life
Oh,
easier?
it makes a difference for me. Like I normally use a walker. I couldn't walk. In June, I
Yeah.
couldn't walk.
Oh wow.
And I couldn't walk for like almost 5 months. And this helps.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing that. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
We love you
Thank
lots.
Thank you.
Neil, thank you.
I'll show you back
Bye.
here. This is the CSP side of the RV,
Oh, okay.
and this is where people come and then they get to choose from this selection here.
Oh, beautiful.
And there's other things. The joints are there. They all get a joint. That's not part of the 420 milligram. They just all get a joint.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and that's a revolving. A fair amount of stuff in.
Is that from Cookie
reserve
Monster?
here. No, Cookie Monster stuff we give out from the other door.
Oh, okay.
You see, and that's the other thing is we have over 300 people on a waiting list. We have 250 people that are members that come and get this, but we had to cap that because we would run out of stuff.
Yeah.
So we got 300 people on a waiting list that we can't really expand until we get more, and you guys are going to help us do that.
Yeah.
And once we get our license, then we can properly fundraise, and we can do a lot of
Totally.
this is where we do the low barrier access out the side.
Yeah.
So when people come and they say, hey man, we heard that you can help us get off of opioids, we give them one of Michael's cookies and a joint, and they can come every day for that. I mean,
That's
so lots
amazing.
of people are coming here, so they're kind of still part of the program. They are getting some edibles and the joint every day, but they're not part of the full program where they would get the full 420 milligrams.
Wow.
So that's what's going on. But Michael is so valuable to us because he provides us with hundreds of these cookies that we can give out through the side door just for free all day long to people.
That level of generosity and purpose and passion coming together around cannabis is magic. Neil, thank you.
Exactly.
We pass along all of our gratitude to the Cannabis Substitution Project and program, and we'll check in back with you shortly, and we're going to keep raising funds and creating awareness for this cause. Thank you.
Thank you so much.